Hey there. Welcome to the Daily Mindset with Destiny. Our guest is hanging out with us today. He's a multi-award winning filmmaker in Nollywood, aka Hollywood in Nigeria. Let's welcome Fred Mayford. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you too?
I'm doing great. Thank you for being my guest, Fred.
Thank you for having me, Destiny.
Yes. Fred, let's jump straight into it because you wear so many hats I would love to cover in such a short time frame that we have. But I want to go ahead and jump into it. How long have you been in the movie industry, being a filmmaker?
Give or take, I want to say I've been in it for close to 30 years, 28 to 30 years.
I see that your parents were doing that. So you grew up
I
in
don't want to use
Hollywood.
this. Yes, I don't want to say that I was born into it, but that's the fact. I was born into it. And I watched my parents doing it.
So it's pretty much in your bloodline, huh?
Yes, it is. Because if you dig into the history of the Nigerian movie industry, you find out that there's no way you mention the top grades without mentioning my parents, the late Roxy Mayford and the late Felicia Mayford.
And did they act as well? That where you got your skills from?
Yes, my father started with the first movie done in Nigeria for celluloid, Kongi's Harvest. He was there and he was there throughout the celluloid years. The Boy is Good, Rise and Fall of Dr. Yunusi, Ajani Ogun, Dinner with the Devil, Money Power until he passed on in 82. And then my mother was a makeup artist. She was a costumier and she was even in the first movie that is seen to open the doors for Nollywood to the world, that is Living in Bondage. She did a costume, she did the makeup, and she also acted in it as well. So I can tell you that I took from them.
I also see that you're a journalist. Do you have anything that's published or will be published that you would like to share with us, Fred?
I have been writing. I can say it's been my first love, and that was why I went into journalism. And I wrote for papers like the Daily Times in the early 90s. I wrote for the Daily Times. I wrote for Lagos Weekend. I wrote for Lagos Rising. I became the editor of Eminent People magazine. I also became the editor of Star Watch News magazine. Star Watch News magazine was devoted to the movies and music industry. That was as far as 98, 96, 98, 99.
My goodness, you are a
And then
legend in
the
Nollywood.
of that, and I so for movies, right? Yes,
How do you find a balance and what do you do?
I didn't get that. Come back in.
How do you find a balance in being a successful filmmaker and family? How do you find your balance, Fred?
There's there's no way you can find a balance when you enjoy and love what you're doing. When you enjoy and love what you're doing, it comes to you naturally. It becomes a way of life. It becomes a culture. It becomes a tradition. And I'm happy to say that I'm married to a woman who appreciates me and gives me time for what I do. And each time that I'm not on the field, I'm not on location, I'm not at work, I'm not doing any movies, I'm not writing, I like to sit back and stay with my family for the short time they'll see.
Now, I, can you tell us about your movies? Because I have a list of movies. Can you tell us about maybe two of them and how we can find your movies?
Well, I like to give in my all when I have the opportunities to make my movies. And one of the movies that stood out for me that gave me a lot of acclaim in the Nigerian movie industry was The Cabal. I shot The Cabal in 2007, and The Cabal starred Oji Cox, Bob Manuel Odoku, Queen Okoye, Clem Wameze, Ofia Fulago Mbaka, and some other top Nollywood stars. It was a political kind of story, and it is interesting to say that a lot of people refer to it today because it was like a prophetic kind of movie. What is happening in the country today? We spoke about it. We said it in movies in the year 2007, and so many years later, they are now coming to us. That was my favorite couple. Another movie that I've done that has done a lot for me was Heritage of Sorrow. Short Heritage of Sorrow in Port Harcourt, Nigeria. State of Sorrow starred Yukiri Anunobi, Bobby Oguloma, Bruno Iwoha, and some other top stars in Port Harcourt. And a lot of people say that they were touched and they felt the impact of the movie in their life. So when I'm opportunity to do movies, which I've done over 35, for the last couple of years, I like to put in my all because I never can tell how far they will reach, and I like to tell the Nigerian story from my own perspective and from my experiences too.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing, Fred. You also have a popular radio show.
Okay.
It's called RN2. Is that correct?
Yes.
Can you tell me about your radio show? And can I be a guest on your show?
The radio show was a long time ago. It was something I did when I was in Lagos, just for the fun of it, for entertainment. Then I was doing it to give out information about movie stars and music stars in Nigerian movie industry. Yes. But what I do basically is to write, to make movies, and to make documentaries. And for the documentaries, I have won for the same documentary I did in Port Harcourt titled Palm Crude has gone up to win 4 international film as the best documentary. It won in the Uyo Film Festival 2021. It won at the Coast Film Festival 22. It won the Edo State International Film Festival 2022. It also won at the Bayelsa International Film Festival 2022. It also got a nomination at the Black Web Fest in Brooklyn, New York. We also got another nomination at the Abuja International Film Festival for the same documentary. Yes, and it's talking about Nigeria going back agriculture and leaving crude because you know that one day crude will get exhausted and then revenue will not come from it. So why don't we go back to agriculture and make our economy boom once again?
So, with all that you do, Fred, what advice could you give the viewers today who will be watching this amazing interview? What can you tell them, Fred?
I just want to tell them that my life is like a movie. I'm privileged to be what I am doing today because it's like destiny. And then when I was starting, it wasn't as easy. I hadn't any support. I just had focus. I just had grit. I just had this never say die Nigerian spirit to be at the best at what I am doing. So what I will tell my viewers, what I will tell all my movies, never lose focus, determined, to be prayerful, to be close to God, and work very hard, and then it does really open. And then there'll be no looking back. I always have to saying, no pain, no gain, no story, no glory.
I like that motto. I'm gonna have to use that for myself. Yes, I'm gonna definitely use that for myself. Do you have any upcoming projects that you would like to share with us? Any movies? I see that you won an award recently. Congratulations.
Yes, I did.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
My goodness.
I am humbled. I am humbled. Yeah, there's a movie I am hoping to bring out in the first quarter of next year. It's titled Up Next. And Up Next is a story I shot in Warri, in the oil-rich city of Warri in Niger Delta in Nigeria. And Up Next is talking about the sickle cell anemia and how it can affect a family, it can tear a family apart, how it can destroy a family. So It's a movie I want my fans to watch out for, because a movie I born as such and born out of something that happened to a friend close to mine. So up next is the movie that I am working on very soon. I finished shooting, I am doing post and editing and all of that. I know that by next year it will be out for everybody to see. And for the movie up next, I want to say that I want to use this opportunity to thank my cast and crew for everything concerning the movie. And I also want to thank my executive producer Blessing Olubanjo, all the way from that came idea for us to make this project. I know that it's going to work. And if you go to my website, www.fredmayford.com, you see the posters there, and my Facebook page too. You see the promotional posters there, yes.
Now, I also read in your bio that you have children. Are your children active in the film industry as well?
My son would love to be a musician. Whatever they want to do, I'll give them all the encouragement. But the thing about my son, bro, is that any music he listens to, he sings it almost as if he's the originator of the music. So I know that my bloodline, the bloodline of my great father and my great grandfather also runs in his blood too. So if he wants to do this act, no problem. Yeah.
Well, he's going to have an amazing teacher, I can tell you that. Now, I made you blush. I see as well with your YouTube. Now, can we go to your YouTube account and see your material there as well?
Yes, you can. You can go to my YouTube and see my materials, my kind of movies TV.
Okay.
You go there and you see my materials, and when you go there, you see what I've done. See some too, because some materials too are not the full length materials. Some are straight. When you go there, yes, you see a whole lot of there, my productions there.
Now, for us over here in the USA, how can we watch your movies? Can we find your movies on Tubi or Amazon, Netflix? I saw that you're big with Netflix, right?
No, I'm not yet on Netflix. I want, it's a particular kind of movie I want to do for Netflix, and the movie is a parent to the documentary I shot on crude. The movie is going to be titled Oil Mill. It's going to be a big budget movie, not a movie that I just want to do anyhow. Movie I'm looking out for collaborators. So that's the movie I have as my baby that I want to launch myself on Netflix. Yes, because I don't believe in doing complete stuff and things like that. I want to do epic movies. I want to do historical movies. I want to do movies that tell the Nigerian story from our own point of view. Yeah.
So did I let the cat out the bag by accident about Netflix?
No. I don't want to do that yet until it catches people by surprise.
Okay. What do you do when you're not doing movies? How is your personal life? What do you do?
I sleep.
You sleep?
Honestly, I try to. Yeah. Yes. Honestly, I try to sleep because from January to the end of the year, there's hardly a break. And that's why I always give kudos to my lovely wife, because for most of the time I'm outside the house. I'm not there. I'm either writing, I'm either researching, I'm either producing, I'm filming, I'm attending film festivals, I'm content workshops and seminars, I'm doing trainings to train actors, to train movie makers and things like that. So whenever I have the opportunity, I sleep a lot. Then when I'm also less busy, I take my family to the cinemas, we try and hang out, and then that's it. And then I listen to music a lot, and I have to watch a lot of football, what you call soccer over there in America.
Now that's a sweet balance. That's a sweet balance. Can you tell us how we can find you on social media?
Yes, you can find me on Facebook. My name, Fred Mayford. You find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram, Fred Mayford underscore filmmaker. You can find me on Twitter at Mayford Fred. And then you can find me on YouTube with my company name, My Kind of Movies TV. So across the social media, I'm always active and I try as much as possible to reply to mails, to reply to messages one on one instead of using a go between like a PA or secretary. No, I don't believe in that. The fans want to interact with not a member of my staff, so that's what I try to do.
I also see, and I don't want to forget because this is also a big hat you wear. You teach film as well.
Yes, I do that because one of the complaints the outside world is having against our movies is that people are not really trained, and everybody wants to act, everybody wants to direct, everybody wants to write, everybody wants to produce. You can't do that without having the prerequisite training to be able to do that very well. So I try to conduct seminars, I try to conduct workshops, I try to teach in academies to let the young ones that are looking up to us to know the rudiments, at least, of filmmaking, of cameras, of acting. So by the time they go into the, the industry itself, they can stand out. And I am happy that a lot of my students, or a lot of my students, sorry, who have been active in the industry have been a shining light to the country. Yeah.
How often do you have a seminar? Is it all
At
year
least I
long?
have, yes, at least once in a month. Yes, I have it once in a month. Yeah.
Okay. How do you register for a seminar? For example, if I wanted to join one of your seminars, one of your classes, how can I register?
You just go to my website. When you go to my website, you see the details on my page, my contact page. On you see also information on when the next seminar is coming up and where the venue will be. But what I try to do is I don't try. I as much as possible not to localize my trainings in a particular spot. I take it around the country as much as possible. So this month it can be in Abuja, next time it can be Bayelsa, it can be in Port Harcourt, it can be in Lagos, it can be in Owerri, it can be in wherever where I know that I have a lot of or enough students that for to train. So that's what I do. I try to move around. But sometimes it's also for them to move in just a very large country. We're talking about 200 million population thereabout. So sometimes it's difficult for them to move from the north to the south or the east to the west. So I try as much as possible, since I'm mobile, to move to them and then to conduct the trainings, and that's it.
Because I see you teach in a lot of areas. And that's
Yes.
amazing. That's amazing. That's truly amazing. It really, really is.
And like I told you, yeah, I told you my father was an actor, one of the actors in the industry. Passed on. My mother was a makeup artist. She was also a costumier. At the time, I was also assisting her. I know about camera, I know how to write, I know how to produce, I know how to direct. So I say that yes, I know my way around all the departments in film production. So whatever I tell you or whatever I teach, yes, is based on experience and what I've learned down the line.
You are truly talented. You are truly talented. So now I know if I want to be in a movie, who to call, right? I can call you, Fred. to get the pointers.
You can call me. And I want to say I'm not the only one talented. Nigerians, we are creative and naturally talented. So I have a lot of people, a lot of directors who are very good. And I also belong to Director Guild Nigeria. It's the equivalent of a DGA in America, where you call those guys of America. I belong to Director Guild Nigeria. That's filmmakers, directors in Nigeria. And that's the apex guild in Nigeria. And in the South zone, chapter that comprises of Rivers State, Bayelsa State, Abia State, Akwa Ibom State, Imo State. I am the secretary of the guild in my yeah. So I know that yes, we have a lot of talented movie makers directors in Nigeria, and that's why our films are seen to be getting better and better by the day. Yeah.
Just like fine wine, get better over time, huh?
Yeah, because experience comes and you don't mistakes you made when you were starting out. Now you have a lot of experience and a lot of things. You have a lot of wisdom and knowledge to fall back on to make better production service. Yeah.
I want to thank you for being my guest, Fred. It was truly an honor to have you.
I want to say the honor is mine. Thank you for having me on your. I've been following you for some time now, and I know that you're doing very good. I've been seeing your picture with Nollywood, not top Hollywood stars and entertainers, and I know that the sky is definitely a limit. And I also want to thank you for the opportunity of giving to me to be on this interview, because you are announcing me and you are making people to be able to reach out to me and get us connected, which is the goal of what we are doing. Thank you very much. It's an honor.
I'm honored, my friend. I'm honored, my friend. So I'm in Nollywood. The Daily Mindset. I'm in Nollywood. What?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. In Nollywood. Nollywood is the equivalent of Hollywood in India. We have Hollywood, and so
you truly made my day. You have made my day.
Thank you very much.
Wow. You know, I would love to come visit Nollywood one day. I would love to bring my show there. I would truly love that.
Our doors are open. Our doors are open. We're looking forward to do collaborations with you, the Americans, the Europeans. It's a global village. We should tell our stories from our own perspectives, especially as Black people. Black people, we have our stories to tell. Black people, we are one, irrespective of wherever we find ourselves living in the world right now. We have the color Black to link us up together. So we should collaborate and do very great things.
That's right. That's right. Team up with a Daily Mindset. We are powerful together, Fred. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. I thank you so much. Fred, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I will tell you, thank you so much.
I'm here.
Be sure to tell them to follow the Daily Mindset with Destiny on Facebook and Instagram, and also follow me, Destiny T. Smith, on Facebook and Instagram as well, okay?
Yes. 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 We'll do that. I also want to my friend from South Africa, give a shout for also making this possible. Let's spend so much to him and his friends alongside. Yes, he's been my big friends, he's been my fans, and we're doing stuff over the years. And I know that the future is even brighter for us.
It was truly an honor, my friend. You have a good night over there.
And you too. God bless.
Bye-bye.
God bless America.